And welcome to Exing Huddle with Dan and Jacob. I am Dan.
And I'm Jacob.
And
Welcome to our first ever live episode of Exiting the Huddle. If we're not watching it live, don't worry. It will be also uploaded on YouTube. But welcome in, everybody.
yeah, what's your motto again?
Any given Saturday.
Any given Saturday.
Any given Saturday. And sometimes it comes back to bite you.
Yeah, it sure does.
But looking on the silver linings of a certain thing, do we just want to go out and say it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yesterday, Ohio State got beat in Eugene, Oregon by 1 point against the Ducks. Time management was not really on our side, but I think that will be fixed as we go along with the season, or as Ohio State goes along with the season. Like, I play for the team. There was some miscues. There were some in questionable calls, and questionable not calls.
I don't want to say that there was questionable calls. I think Ryan Day on the end of that press conference said it the best. A game can't come down to one call. And as much as my heart goes out to, Ohio State, I got to give it to Oregon.
I think
They played an almost complete football game. Some miscues on defense for them, giving up 31 points. It's hard to see if it's hard as a Buckeye fan to accept this, but I know that it's something that we have to accept. Ryan Day said this game didn't come down to one call. It was a collective of not being able to move the ball in certain situations. Chip Kelly said it.
it was an option. It was a problem with just giving up big plays on defense.
Yeah.
There was several like 30 plus yard passing plays that just that was one thing I will say about Oregon watching that team. Kudos to them because they did not want to go down when they got hit.
I 100%.
They'd get hit hard, and they would keep going.
Yeah.
And
they had a lot of fight, especially in Autzen Stadium.
And if that's the only loss we have for the year, that's a good-ass loss.
That's a good loss to, at the end of next week, could be number one in the country, depending on how Texas handles Georgia.
Considering Ohio State lost and they only went down from 2 to 4,
Yeah.
that's
Well, they lost by 1 point to a team ranked directly below them. It was expected.
on the road.
And Penn State, yes, we're going to talk about that. They escaped the Coliseum in overtime again.
They've had a lot of very close games this season.
And I think there's a lot of football left to be played. I think I came up with the scenario Texas, if Texas loses to Georgia and for some god-awful reason Purdue shows up on Friday night because Friday night Purdue plays Oregon. Oregon has to go to Indiana.
Is it a night game?
I think it is a night game. I think it's a 6:30 night game.
That could be sketchy.
Yeah. Considering, Purdue is one of the teams up there who has the most wins against top 5 opponents and upsets.
They're also the most bipolar team that we've seen this year.
Yeah.
We were talking about that yesterday, actually. It was like
For real.
Like they lost to Illinois. What, 49 to 50? It was like 49 to 50.
This week?
Yeah, like yesterday.
Let me pull up these scores.
But they gave up 70 points to who was it? Notre Dame.
So hold on. Let's start from the beginning. So Friday night. So Arizona State hosts Utah and upsets number 16 Utah 27-19.
Is it really an upset?
They were ranked and Arizona State is not.
Yeah, they are now, I think.
Probably. We'll get to the rankings soon.
But I don't find that as shocking as some people might. If you want my honest opinion, you want to ask me what I think that team is completely different under any other quarterback that is not Cam Rising.
You're absolutely correct.
And I think that's the problem. Is that there's a huge difference between QB number 1 and QB number 2. To where if you go to like teams like Ohio State or Georgia, I don't know who Georgia's backup is, but you'll never see him.
Oregon.
I don't know who their backup is. But it's this common mentality, and I've always equated this with like college basketball because as a KU fan, I've given up hope on this season for football, but I'm looking to March for basketball.
Yeah.
As a KU fan, I've always heard this expression growing up is you don't rebuild, you reload. And you always have to have that next man up mentality. You never know. You never know what's going to happen in the game. Like yesterday, hypothetically, let's say first drive of the game, Willard Howard runs for it, and he gets knocked out unconscious. Devin Brown's in. And let's say...
You want me to be honest with
Let's
you?
say Devin Brown goes in, he gets knocked out, and then it's Leakin Kleinholtz.
It's not.
It's not?
I believe, and I could probably be wrong about this, but the pecking order for the Ohio State quarterback room is Will Howard, and believe it or not, Julian Sayin as a freshman. And the reason why I say that is Devin Brown went in for 2 drives this year. Julian Sayin's been in on 4. I think that Ryan Day and Chip Kelly especially Chip Kelly, has a lot more faith in Julian Sayin than they do in Devin Brown. I understand Devin Brown has a few big games under him, but Julian Sayin looked like a complete player when he was out there for his 4 drives. He did throw it on 4th and 6, but they needed that rep. And like Ryan Day said in the press conference, he was all like, you better complete the throw. If you're going to throw it on 4th down, you better complete the throw. And that's all he said. We're going to talk about that. And I don't necessarily think, and this is just me, like if I was Chip Kelly in his shoes, why not put Travion Henderson and Julian Sayin in the background at the same time? You're going to throw so many people for a loop because at that point, if I'm with the opposing team and I see 2 quarterbacks and a running back, that's a timeout. That's a timeout situation.
Like, what is going on
Like,
here?
what the fuck are you doing? So, that's something that we don't have right now in the Ohio State offense is randomness. Like, what if Julian Sayin would have lined up in the slot? Like,
What if you would have lined up like at the X receiver?
yeah, like, come on now.
Like he's just way out there. You're like,
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be like, is he gonna throw it? Like,
And now the opposing head coach is now like, why the fuck's he over there? Like, no, we're gonna think about this play for a minute. We're gonna hit that timeout.
and then you go out and do it again, and it's just a jet sweep.
Yeah. Julian Sayin's just in there as a chump blocker.
No, it's like that weird jet sweep reverse pass play. That's unbeatable in college football 25.
Oh yeah.
Where he's over here, he runs over here, you snap the ball, you lateral it to him, and he throws it to the dude that's already 30 yards down the field because everybody's bit.
Yeah.
And then he's just gone for a touchdown. Maybe we should play some more college football 25, Chip Kelly.
Yeah. Chip.
Yeah, Chip. If it was your real name.
It's not.
It's your real name, probably Charles.
Yeah, I was gonna say Charles.
I'm Googling that shit. I'm finding out your real name.
I'm gonna turn this light to a different color. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I think we've talked
From
about
New Hampshire.
Yeah, him and Ryan Day are from New Hampshire. Chip Kelly coached Ryan Day in high school. Then he coached him in college.
His name is Charles.
Is it?
Charles Edward Kelly.
Nice. So I think we talked about enough Ohio State. Let's get on to some more of these games. Penn State at USC.
Let's do a quick aside thing because I want to talk about something that hasn't happened in almost 40 years. It happened today in the NFL.
Okay.
The Detroit Lions went in to, I got to double check the score because I'm going to screw it up.
49-7. Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
it was like 47-9. The Detroit Lions went into Dallas and beat the Cowboys 47-9. It's their worst loss at home since 1988.
Didn't they go to the Super Bowl in '89?
I think they went in 80. I think it was the 90s is when they were there a lot.
Yeah.
Because it was like 90. They won 2 in a row against the Bills. It was like 91 and 92. Maybe 90. No, 93, 92, 93.
Yeah. All right, so Penn State goes into the Coliseum in Southern California.
That game, honestly, was kind of a shit show.
Yeah.
It just was all over the place, and I don't like USC, but I really don't like Penn State.
Yeah.
There's just their head coach. Look, he needs to be hit with a chair. Sorry if you're a Penn State fan, you're watching this.
What's his name?
It's James Franklin.
James Franklin.
I will say this a lot, and you'll hear me start saying this more. If somebody I don't like how they act, just gonna hit
How they look.
how they look, I'm gonna hit him with a chair.
You got a stupid face.
I'm just gonna hit you with a chair, and I have a stupid face. You can throw a chair at me, I don't care.
I have the stupidest of faces.
But I will throw a chair back.
Yeah.
I will take that chair and throw it right back at you. Yeah, we're throwing chairs.
So we got Mississippi State held Georgia to a little bit of a conundrum there in the fourth quarter. I believe they led by 3, only until like late in the third quarter, and then they started pouring it on, and it was 10 points. They're 41-31. So Georgia has Texas next.
In Tejas.
And Tejas.
If we're gonna do our picks here in a little bit, but at preliminary, I don't think some teams are gonna be too happy getting on that bus to go back home. I know someone's picking, and I think I'm going against them. Also, we need to make sure we write down our picks for this week so we can talk about them, because we haven't done it for the last 2. We did it for 1 and then didn't do it for the next 2.
Next game on the agenda. I'm telling you this right now. I didn't see this score being this close. Alabama 27, South Carolina 25.
I think I picked South Carolina to cover.
I did not. I thought after the scare, or after they lost to Vandy.
How did I do on our picks, by the way?
You and Brandon were tied.
Did I get... I got Boise State right. I didn't get K-State right, but I almost did.
Next game on the agenda, Florida went to Tennessee. Tennessee 23, Florida 17.
Yeah, and it went to overtime.
No.
Pretty sure.
Or no, yeah, it did. Tennessee scored 6 in overtime. You're right.
Yeah, because Florida scored a touchdown, or didn't score a touchdown, then Tennessee went out and scored.
Yeah. Ole Miss goes down to Death Valley and does not escape with a win.
I beat Brandon too.
Yeah. LSU 29, Ole Miss 26. That was a 9 versus 13. Thoughts?
What was that one?
Number 9, Ole Miss goes to Death Valley and loses to LSU 29-26.
In overtime.
Yep.
I think in that game, I think you answered a few questions. I think LSU is who we thought they were, and you don't just go into Death Valley. There's a reason it's called Death Valley.
Yeah, especially at night.
At night, you just don't go in there and win.
Yeah.
But Mississippi State put up a hell of a fight. I don't think they dropped too far in the polls.
Yeah, we'll get to polls here in a minute. Clemson 49, Wake Forest 14.
Is that really a game?
I don't know.
Here's another not game. Mizzou goes to UMass, which is a weird thing to say out loud still. Beats them 45-3.
Ugh.
And then, did we go over Texas, Oklahoma?
No.
The Red Dead Redemption 2. The Red River, God damn it. Red River Rivalry. I hate alliterations, first off. They make me angry. The Red River Rivalry. Number 1, Texas goes, and technically I think Oklahoma was the home team.
No, it was in Dallas.
Well, yeah, but it's always a neutral site.
Is it though?
Well, Texas is in Austin, and across the river is Norman. That's why they call it the Red River Rivalry.
Okay.
So they're really close. At least that's what I've been told. Anyway, Texas embarrassed Oklahoma 34-3.
Yeah.
God damn it. Fucking microphones and their stupid fucking thing. And I'm gonna put it over here and I'm gonna whisper into the mic seductively.
Next one on the list, Notre Dame absolutely embarrasses Stanford.
Is it really an embarrassment though?
Iowa State goes to West Virginia and gets a win.
Hell yeah. So one of the only undefeated teams left.
Yeah. BYU escapes Arizona 41-19.
I had Arizona doing a lot better in that game.
Yeah. Boise State only scores 28 against Hawaii.
But Ashton Gentry still had 217 yards.
K-State comes out with a win against Colorado. I don't think there was anybody out there who picked Colorado to win that game. Especially not on this podcast. Oh, Jacob.
I hate K-State. I'll never root for him ever.
Pitt beats Cal 17-15. And then a wild one in Champaign, Illinois.
Good old Illinois.
Purdue goes to Illinois and loses 50-49
In overtime.
in overtime.
That was
So-
just a crazy fucking game.
It's been crazy, like, all over. So, new rankings came out today. Starting with 25, we got Navy. At 24, somebody's back in the rankings.
For the first time since 2016, I believe.
Yeah. At 24, we got Michigan. At 23, undefeated Army.
That's weird.
Dude, saying those words come out of my mouth give me a little bit of a bile in the back of my throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was number 22, Illinois. Number 21, SMU.
At number 20, we got Pittsburgh, 6-0. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a little low, but I'm okay with it. At number 19, we got Mizzou. They're up 2 spots from 21. Falling pretty hard in the polls this week. We have number 18, Ole Miss. Last week they were 9.
Yep.
And a not terrible loss against LSU. Do you think they deserve 9 spots to be dropped?
Considering the game was still close, no. I could see dropping them to 15 or 14.
It seems like a lot.
Yeah.
At number 17, we have K-State with that good win over Colorado. It's a close game. And number 16, we have undefeated number 16, 6-0, Indiana, which still sounds weird.
Again, if you'd have told me at the beginning of the season Indiana would be undefeated 6 weeks into the season, considering who they played, I would have said bullshit.
They're coming for your ears, and they're just gonna be like, "Who's here? Who's here?"
Yeah.
It was a
Number
bad joke.
At number 15, we got Boise State.
Boise.
Number 14, Texas A&M. 13, undefeated BYU. 12, Notre Dame. Number 11, Tennessee down 3 spots.
They didn't lose, but they almost did.
Yeah.
At number 10, we have a team staying stagnant with Clemson.
Yep.
At number 9, we have probably the highest Iowa State's ever been ranked. I could be wrong, but number 9, Iowa State, they're 6-0. At number 8, we have LSU, who's up 5 spots from 13. Sorry. Fuck.
Gesundheit.
Ich bin ein Octopus, ja?
Yeah.
At number 7, we have Alabama. And number 6, we have Miami, Florida, because it says Fleur or Flaw.
Yeah. At number 5, Georgia. Ohio State drops from number 2 to number 4.
Not a bad
Penn-
drop.
Not a bad drop. Penn State moves up 1 to number 3. Oregon moves up 1 spot to number 2. And Texas stays at number 1.
And honestly, looking at these points for the AP poll, like for voting and everything, there's only 33 points in between Ohio State and Penn State. So that means Ohio State almost only dropped 1 spot.
Yeah.
In the end of the season, I don't think that loss is really going to matter too much. If you want my actual opinion, I think they needed that. Just in the middle of the season, just get that punch in the mouth. Because it makes you hungry and makes you want to go out and just blow the doors off of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I wanted them to blow the doors off them yesterday after that onside kick bullshit that Oregon did. Their wide receiver disrespecting the game of football and spitting in the face of, was it Igbinosun?
Yeah. Yep.
It's just, if you're going to play the game, play the game. If you're going to be a piece of shit, go sit on the sideline. My favorite thing, the funniest thing about that whole situation to me is when he threw his helmet down the walkway.
What? Sorry.
You got boobs again?
No. I was trying to see if how bad we're echoing.
Did it tell you?
Huh?
Did it tell you?
It's pretty bad. We can probably switch the audio out.
It's like real bad.
Yeah, it's considerable. It's pretty bad.
I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah, I guess we can finish the episode and then maybe next week.
We're working on this, by the way, everybody out here in YouTube lands. We are actively trying to work on this. It just, we can't find any headway. So if anybody knows anything about any kind of audio recording and
I am not an audio engineer.
audio engineering or anything, you can help us. Any trips, ticks, Jesus Christ. Tips, tricks, or anything you know that may be able to help us out, please let us know because we need it bad.
Yeah.
Everything I know about streaming and stuff has not helped. I've tried turning up gains. I've tried turning up, turning down the gains. I've tried uninstalling, reinstalling. They're all Razer mics, and we've downloaded software. We just need help.
Yeah.
It's just me and him doing this, and I don't have enough time to come up here and work up on this every day, which is really annoying because if you go back and look at our podcast, it's Exiting Huddle, Dana Jacob, by the way.
If you didn't know.
If you didn't know. If you knew, you know. You didn't. It's cool. It's a random plug in the middle of the podcast that we're currently doing, so shut up. That's me saying shut up to myself. When we first got these mics, they were fine. They were great. They were great for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's just like, fuck you in general. I'm just like, brother.
So let's go ahead and go through the schedule.
I gotta blow my nose real quick.
Okay. So with the standings the way they are. I'm not upset. Can't really be upset with a 1 point loss to Oregon. Penn State still needs to find an identity. USC's had plenty of close games. Close game against Michigan. Now a close game against Penn State. They're not really finding their footing in the Big Ten as everybody thought they were. Oregon definitely has. Again, Stanford going over to the ACC. I think they only have one win. Cal going into the ACC. I think they have two. Conference realignment isn't like everybody's saying. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Now a lot of these teams are stuck in a conference for a couple years. Whereas Boise's not, their grass isn't greener.
No, it's blue.
That's fair. But we're finding out pretty quickly that the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
What about Central Michigan?
I think so. Coastal Carolina is teal, I think. But let's go into week 8, starting on Tuesday, October 15th. There's 3 games.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
What are we playing on a Tuesday?
We got Troy at South Alabama. Kennesaw State makes an appearance to Middle Tennessee. And Louisiana Tech has to go to New Mexico State. We have college football games all week, every day except for Monday.
If you go top 25, it doesn't tell you that.
I know.
Did you go Wednesday yet, or you want me to do Wednesday?
Go ahead and do Wednesday.
Wednesday, we got fucking Western Kentucky going to Sam Houston State, where Sam Houston is favored by 3 points.
Roll Tide.
I don't think that's how that works. They're the Bearcats with a K.
Mm-hmm.
And then to close off Wednesday, October 16th, we have Florida International University going to University of Texas, El Paso, otherwise known as FIU and UTEP.
On Thursday, we have Georgia State going to Marshall, 6 p.m., and then Boston College at Virginia Tech, probably one of the better matchups this week that's non-ranked.
It's 58 degrees at kickoff.
Yeah. Virginia Tech by 7 and 49.5 point spread. What do you got?
Give me Boston College.
I got Boston College. I'm going to take them by. I'm going to take Boston College by 14.
No, I think it's going to be closer than that. I think a realistic final score of that one's probably going to be closer to like 31-28. So give it 3 points to Boston College.
Okay.
They get a last-second field goal to win that game.
Friday.
The game of the disappointments of the year. We got, starting Friday evening, we have Florida State going up to, where the fuck is Duke?
They're in North
Is
Carolina.
it Chapel Hill? No.
No. Are they in Durham?
Durham. Yeah, Durham, North Carolina. And they play Florida State. Florida State goes to Duke. It's a 3-point favorite for Duke. I think it's going to be a lot larger than that. I'm give me like a 20-point game.
You're going to give them the over or the under of 42.5.
They're going to score 12 points total. It's going to be like 6-9. That's 15 points.
That's 15. I was going
Fucking
to say
math's
that's not 12. Next.
Why does it have... It's given me all of the games. So I'm going to say all of the games until we get to top 25 on...
Well, Saturday's the next day. So
So we got Brown going to Princeton. Don't know why that one's on there.
Ooh, that could be a good matchup. I'm going to take Brown.
We Princeton, fuck it. And we got 2 other games. We have 2 ranked teams playing on Friday, by the way. One of which is Oklahoma State, who's not ranked, going to number 13 BYU, who is ranked.
You told me
that in the beginning of the year that Oklahoma State wasn't going to be ranked in week 8, and BYU was going to be undefeated and ranked. I called you crazy. I said you're knucking futs.
Yep, you're knucking futs, man.
Because I want to save the big one for the last one.
Yeah.
So, we got number 2 Oregon going to Purdue. And it's a 28-point favorite for the Ducks. To be fair, Oregon's next game is against number 2 currently number 22 Illinois.
Yeah.
So they could be potentially looking forward to playing Illinois at home, and they just played a really physical Buckeyes team. So I don't think it's going to happen, but I have Oregon on upset alert. Just because of all of the weird, fluky shit that happens in wherever the hell Purdue is.
West Lafayette, Indiana.
And it's just, I don't think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked if it does.
I'm actually gonna take Oregon. I understand Purdue has the.
They're squeaking the rubber duckies.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't fathom that they beat Ohio State and then they go lose to Purdue.
How do you think Georgia felt? And they got beat by Alabama, and then Alabama gets beat by Vanderbilt. What do I say?
Any given Saturday.
Anything can happen. Even though it's a Friday, any given Saturday.
Any given week.
Any given day.
Any given day. I'll take it.
And for the marquee matchup of this
game,
Friday
this game, hold on. Before you go there, this is a 3-point spread and a 51.5 over-under.
A lot of points. No, actually, that's the least amount of points, except for FSU Duke.
Yeah.
We got Fresno State going to Nevada, going in the desert. Because Reno's in the desert, right?
Sure.
When I think of Nevada, I just think of the desert.
It's very deserty.
When I think of Arizona, I think of the desert. And when I think of California, I also think of the desert.
All right, going to Saturday. Number 6 Miami at Louisville. 3.5 points. Who you got?
Who was it?
Number 6 Miami at Louisville.
Give me Miami. They're coming off a bye week. I look for big things.
Okay.
I don't know how you're going through this list. I'm just going to go off.
I'm going by times.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then I'll do another 11 one.
Okay.
At another 11 a.m. game, we have Eastern Carolina going to now currently ranked 23 Army.
Give me Army.
I got Army. It's 17-point favorite in Army's favor.
Yeah. 51.5 point spread. I'll take it. Definitely take the over on that.
68 degrees at kickoff. It's almost nice.
Virginia at Clemson. Another 11 o'clock game.
68 degrees at kickoff. 21-point spread. It's 57.5 over under.
Give me the over, but not Clemson by 21.5. I think this game is going to be like a 35-20.
I don't.
Why?
I think Clemson's going to manhandle Virginia. I wouldn't be shocked if it's like 48-4.
That's random.
You think it's 2 safeties?
Yeah, 2 safeties.
That's it.
Next one. Another 11 o'clock game.
We got Auburn going to Columbia, Missouri to play Mizzou.
Give me Mizzou.
6.5-point favorite. Give me Auburn to upset.
Have you watched Auburn play this year?
You know how much I hate Missouri?
I understand, but you bet with your mind, not your heart.
No, not in this one. Auburn. War Eagle.
Okay.
We had another. No, wait, it was your turn, right?
Yep. Another one. We got Wisconsin at Northwestern. Give me Wisconsin definitely by 6.5, and definitely take the over. I think that game's like a 45-10. We'll do 55 points on that.
Give me Northwestern.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm my fuck shit this week.
Any given Saturday.
Are we doing all the games or just
Fuck it, I don't care.
fuck it? Fuck it, we ball. Another number, not a number 11, another 11 o'clock game. We have Arizona State, who should be ranked, going to Cincinnati, who should definitely not be ranked.
Yeah,
And Cincinnati's favored by 2.5.
give me Arizona
Yeah,
State.
give me Arizona State by a lot.
UCLA has to go all the way across the country from Los Angeles to East Rutherford, New Jersey.
I wanna build
Or I'm sorry, it's Piscataway, New Jersey. To play Rutgers.
We were watching Big Ten football yesterday. It always comes on. It's my favorite.
It's a good.
It's
I
called, the
don't.
song's called Silver Linings.
Yeah, I don't understand why like all conferences don't have something like that where it shows up where all the schools are, and
It's cool.
it's very awesome.
You have SEC. It's all like Alabama though. It's like shit state, up shit state, up shit state. Florida, shit state. Florida's, by the way, Florida's a shit state. Start. Okay, I want to take a real quick thing here because I said that. Now I feel bad. I don't know if anybody's religious. You don't have to be. I pray for everybody in Florida and North Carolina during these hurricanes. I hope you guys get the relief and everything that you need.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a terrible thing that happened.
Having Helene hit, and then 2 weeks later having Milton hit, after they're still trying to rebuild that state. Like,
Just imagine getting hit by somebody named Milton.
I imagined it, and I don't like it.
It just doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good. We're not trying to make light of the
No,
situation.
absolutely
We're
not.
really not.
But whoever names these hurricanes need to have more menacing names.
Yeah.
Although,
Like Michael Myers,
Hurricane,
Freddy Krueger.
Hurricane, the Executioner, Hurricane Vince
Well, it goes.
McMahon.
UCLA Rutgers. Who you got?
Rutgers.
I'm going to go UCLA. I think UCLA has a chance to win a Big Ten game this year.
We got the marquee matchup of 11 a.m. We got Wake Forest going to UConn.
Give me UConn.
UConn.
And it's only a one point spread.
67 degrees though, which is almost nice.
Let's get into some more marquee matchups. Let's scroll down here. So
I got one that I'd like to talk about real quick, and we were almost gonna go to this game.
Go ahead.
We're almost gonna go to this game if I didn't have prior arrangements for Saturday. Both just terrible teams this year. One's 2-4 and one's 1-5. And
Oh wait, hold on. The team that's 1-5. That'd be Florida State, right?
no, but they're favored for once.
Oh no.
The total points is 46.5. I'm talking to you know who I'm talking about. We're rock chalking it up.
Oh no.
University of Houston goes to Arrowhead to play KU, who is just an absolute fucking dumpster fire this year.
I want to pick KU.
I'm picking Houston.
I'm picking KU.
I'm picking Houston because every single time I've picked KU this year, they've lost. Granted, every time I've picked KU to not win this year, they've also lost. So I think it's a tie. I don't think the game starts.
I'm going. Just a fucking tornado, and just
Game
like,
doesn't fucking
do we
start.
just concede this game? Like nobody wins, nobody
It's
loses.
just the stadium floods. Patrick Mahomes there. He's decided that he's gonna actually be Kermit the Frog now, and everybody's just like, I'm okay with this. He's still gonna throw a football. Oh yeah, I'm still gonna throw the football.
Let's do Kermit's prediction of the week. So I'm going to give you a matchup, and I want Kermit the Frog to tell me how this is going to go. Number 24 Michigan at number 22 Illinois.
Well, I think you look here, and it's only 1.5 point spread, or 1.5 point, spread, right? Yeah. I'm new to this college football pick'em thing. It's 43.5 points over under. Give me the over on that. And Michigan's favored by 1.5. But in the great words of Miss Piggy, We're going to Illinois, and you're gonna win in Illinois. So Illinois, 38-4.
All right. Thanks, Kermit. We'll love to have you on next week.
Just remember, pay me in beer.
Pay you in beer?
Whatever gets me away from my wife. Ah!
You tired of the bacon?
Oh no, I love bacon. But it's what's attached to it. Also, you just hear a smack off screen.
Bam! All right.
I've been wanting to do that all podcast, by the way, and we just haven't worked it in, and I just somehow worked it in.
I want you to pick LSU or Arkansas. LSU's got to go to Arkansas after a big win against Ole Miss. And you know what happened the last time a big team went to Arkansas?
They almost lost the next week to Florida.
I said big team.
I'm still not wrong.
Fair.
Give me LSU.
Arkansas beat Tennessee.
Yeah. That's why I said that.
Arkansas beat Auburn. Arkansas beat Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Is that really a big deal?
Arkansas beat Auburn. They lost to Texas A&M. They lost to Oklahoma
Oh,
State.
I got a good game for this.
Go ahead. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
Hit me with your pet shark. Fire away. Sorry. We got Ball State going to Vanderbilt. It's a 26.5 point thing for Vanderbilt.
Give me Vanderbilt by 60.
They out here. Did they lose last week? Please tell me they didn't lose last week. No. They beat Kentucky.
Who?
Vanderbilt beat Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
But they've lost to Georgia State and Mizzou.
Yeah, Georgia State's actually a pretty good team. Missouri's, if you look at that game, it was 30-27.
It was double overtime.
Yeah. So
Wow.
think about it like this. They still have to play,
Oh,
They
the
ha-
next game after this one's gonna suck.
or
Or Texas goes to fucking Texas goes to Vanderbilt. What if they upset a number one team
two times in
one
the same
season?
year? Yeah.
And there's also potential, very slight, that somehow LSU gets ranked number one, or Tennessee, the very end of the season, gets ranked number one, and they go to whatever the hell Vanderbilt is.
I just want to put this out there, right? So Vanderbilt's season started with a win over Virginia Tech and Alcorn State.
Which I called.
Yeah. You got Georgia State and Mizzou. Both of those losses were one score. Then they beat the number one team in the country, Alabama, by 5. Then they beat Kentucky by 7. If they beat Ball State, they have a chance to have Texas come in, and Texas has to play Georgia this week and Vandy next week.
And if you look at who Texas plays the week after that, no, it didn't click that button. Fuck off.
We need to get you a laptop.
Your laptop. Got him.
Your mom's a laptop.
You don't say that about Karen.
I love you, Karen.
That would be wild
Yeah.
if they actually beat Texas. If Texas is undefeated.
At that point, where do you rank them? They've taken down a number one team,
They've lost to Georgia State.
Yeah, they lost to Georgia State, but they also lost to number 7 Mizzou. And both of those games were one score games.
Honestly, I think they would jump in. I think they should have been ranked after beating Kentucky, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the rankings, the first team out is Vanderbilt.
Yeah. I thought that they should have been at least ranked in the between 15 and 20 somewhere.
Honestly, if you want my honest opinion for this, honestly,
tell me.
I probably would have had Michigan out of the top 25. Just because I think they had a bye week, and then there's some teams that are undefeated or have better strength of schedule wins.
They're the reigning national champs. That's why they're still there.
Jim Harbaugh's still there.
Jim Harbaugh is not there at all. In the head.
Yeah.
Let's get to a very, very, very marquee matchup. I want to talk about it.
Kent State and Bowling Green.
No. Number 5, Georgia. Heads to number 1, Texas. I have Georgia pulling off a big upset. And when I mean a big upset, there's a lot of Texas talent that's going to be out for this game. I think Isaiah Bond is still going to be out on injury, which takes away a huge advantage. Helm, their tight end for Texas. If he plays at full strength, because I believe he took a shot in that Oklahoma game that kind of routed him up, and I don't think he finished the game. I think Georgia going in there with basically Quinn Ewers' top 2 wide receivers, his wide receiver 1, and then his tight end down. I think they could potentially pull in an upset. I guess it really wouldn't be that much of an upset. I know Georgia's 5 and Texas is 1, but it's still an upset.
I mean, you beat the team above you, that's an upset.
Yep.
And I don't think that one's going to happen.
You think Texas rolls?
I don't think Texas rolls. I think it's close. I think it's sloppy. But I think I'd go again with the whole next man up. You don't just get recruited to Texas to play wide receiver.
Yeah.
But you also don't just get recruited to Georgia to play defense.
Kind of want to go back to your comments earlier saying that you think Arch Manning should be starting over Quinn Ewers.
I stand by that. I think those 2 games that he played, he showed a lot of grit.
Yeah.
Granted, they weren't against great teams, but Arch Manning is a lot more elusive. He's a lot faster, and I'd argue that he has a better arm.
I would argue about completion percentages.
He's technically a freshman.
Yeah. Quinn Ewers, I believe, is sitting on a 68.7% completion percentage. I think Arch Manning is about 65.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But if it was me, I'd probably have Arch Manning in it.
Fair enough.
We have another top 15 matchup.
Yeah.
We have number 7 Alabama going to Tennessee, and the temperature is going to be nice.
The 3rd Saturday in October.
69 degrees.
Nice.
We're 12. Not really.
Who you got?
Give me Rocky Top.
If they can pull it off, what is it, 2 years in a row?
I think they can do it. Especially how shaky this Alabama's team has been, but recently it's also not been a very good-looking Tennessee team.
It hasn't really been a good-looking SEC.
No. But it's a 2:30 game in Tennessee. It's a 56-point over-under and a 2.5-point towards Alabama spread.
Yeah.
Give me Tennessee. I think it's going to be close, but I just think that Jalen Milroe has not looked good this entire season.
That's, yeah.
However you fucking say the quarterback's name for Tennessee also has not looked all that great this season.
I am Elieva.
Sure you are. If you look at Alabama's offense on stats, Jalen Milroe has 1,483 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 4 picks. He's also Oh, I can't read. Their running back, their starting running back has 360 yards and 5 touchdowns. Ashton Gentry's done that in one game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move away from the picks. I want your because we're getting ready to. I think next week the first iteration of the college football playoff will be announced by the College Football Selection Committee. Who do you have at number 12?
So how does this work again? It's like 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all conference champions, and then everything else is based off of ranking.
Yep. And then the number 12 seed will go to the highest non-Power 5 school. Highest ranked non-Power 5 school.
Honestly, if you would have asked me this a few weeks ago, I'd have a different answer. But I think at number 12, give me Army.
Army?
Army.
Okay. That's not my 12, but okay.
What's your 12?
Notre Dame.
I think Notre Dame will be ranked higher, so
I don't think so.
I'd have them probably at like a 9 seed. Notre Dame.
Okay.
For 11, this is the rest of it. Give me Iowa State.
See, that's where we're different, man. I don't have Iowa State at number 11.
You got them at 4.
No.
Who you got at 11?
Like
These are all also up. Like we're halfway through the season,
yeah.
so all of these can fucking change.
Yeah. At number 11, Texas A&M.
It's fair. Who got number 10?
Who's your 11?
Iowa State.
Iowa State. My number 10. For number 10, I'm probably gonna go Penn State.
See, my number 10 is also a Big Ten team, but not Penn State.
I got Penn State.
Indiana.
See, I have them a little higher on that.
I just think they're going to drop a game later in the season. They're going to play one of the big boys, and it's going to be bad.
Well, the only big boy I think they have left
Ohio State.
is Ohio State, which makes them a one-loss non-conference champion.
Which would also mean, hypothetically, that they would make it to the Big Ten championship.
Okay, so they have to play 2 big boys. 4 technically. So this week they got Nebraska, and then
I got them beating Nebraska, by the way.
on November 9th they got Michigan, and then on November 23rd they got Ohio State. They play Ohio State and Michigan back-to-back.
I think those are 2 losses. Are they on the road? Doesn't Ohio State?
One of them is on the road.
Ohio State ends in Bloomington, Indiana. That's what it is. Last game of the season is in Bloomington.
Their last game is against Purdue.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So they have to go. They have Michigan at home and at Ohio State.
Who's Ohio State? Oh, of course, Ohio State's last game's against that team up north. I don't know why I had thought different.
Who's your number 9?
My number 9, I got a bit of a wild card here. I got Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt?
I got Vanderbilt.
There's no way they're winning the SEC.
No, but I think that they could squeak in if they win. If they have a couple of other quality win games. If they actually upset Texas, they'll be ranked, and I think they'll be ranked pretty high.
Okay.
And then the rest of their season isn't super easy, but it's also winnable. So you go in and let's say you're a 9-3 team in the SEC, and you have that quality win over Alabama. I think that gets you in. I think that gets you in at least the contentions, maybe 12 at that point, but I could definitely see 9. Just because the committee's on SEC.
Man, you got a cold.
Yeah, I know. It's a little chilly here.
Who's your number 8?
Who's your number 9?
My number 9. I'm probably going Iowa State.
Okay. Number 8. Give me K-State.
Okay. Okay. You think they lose the Big 12 championship game and then they're going to be number 9?
Yep.
Okay. I dig it. I got them winning the Big 12 at this point.
That's fair.
But my number 8, give me LSU.
LSU, I like them there. I think that's a good solid spot.
Yeah.
For number 7, I have. I'm gonna say Penn State.
Okay.
Penn State at 7. That seems like a good number for them.
Okay.
Who do you got at 7?
Penn State.
Hell yeah. And who do you got at number 6?
Number 6, I'm going to take. It's Clemson.
Clemson. I could dig it.
I think they're the first team that's not the ACC championship, which is probably going to go to Miami. So you know my number 4 pick. I think it's going to be Clemson at number 8. That's
6.
or 6, number 6. Clemson at number 6, because I believe they lose the ACC championship game to Miami.
You know what? I will agree with that one. I think I have Clemson also at 6.
Yeah.
For 5, give me Oregon.
Okay. That is also my number 5.
I think I know where we're going on this one.
So
number 4.
Yep.
It would be the highest.
It's
just conference champions in general.
It's conference champions in general, but they'll go by a ranking system.
Okay.
So my number 4 is going to be K-State.
See, my number 4 is going to be BYU.
Okay. All right.
I know it's kind of out there.
It's kind of out there, but that's probably going to be the Big 12 championship game anyway.
And BYU has beat K-State already.
Yeah, I think it's going to be BYU K-State, but I think K-State gets revenge.
I could definitely see it happening. They play in. Where the hell does the Big 12 play there?
I think it's just an extra home game at the end of the year because they don't have a. It would be cool if they would have.
Used to do it in Dallas in the AT&T Stadium.
Yeah. It could be still in Dallas.
It could be. I honestly, I'd like them to do it.
But I think K-State would travel better than BYU.
Oh, 100%. K-State's a bigger program.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this one as the ACC championship. Give me Miami at number 3.
Absolutely. Miami, number 3 for me.
At number 2,
Ohio State.
We're going to go,
I'm going to go Ohio State, number 2.
Ohio State, number 2.
I think they went out, and then when they play Oregon at Lucas Oil Stadium,
or
Lucas Oil Stadium, I think that they're going to go in there and they're going to
team, bro.
Colts.
Yep. Lucas Oil Stadium.
I think they go in there, and I don't think that game looks like anything like the first this past week.
No, they'll definitely not have a crowd in it.
Yeah.
Just because that's a really far trip.
Yeah. And it's just a 5-hour drive from Columbus to.
It's like a 20-something hour drive from Eugene, Oregon to Indianapolis, Indiana. So I guess that goes with number 1. So that means whoever wins the SEC, I would assume. Who you got?
Texas.
I
think Georgia beats them this week, but I still think they meet Georgia in the SEC title game.
See, I got it the other way around. I think Texas wins this week, and then they go and play Georgia in the SEC championship.
So you notice that we didn't have Georgia in our top 12.
I'm not done.
Okay.
I think Texas has a collapse at the end of the season. Give me Georgia. Georgia number 1 overall. Texas has a collapse when they start playing Georgia and they still got to play what, Alabama, right?
Hold on. I'm gonna pull their schedule up real fast.
And Vanderbilt.
So open up Texas's schedule. Texas plays Vanderbilt next, Florida at home.
Oh, they play Georgia next.
Or Georgia, yeah, they play Georgia next, then at Vanderbilt, then Florida at home, then at Arkansas, then Kentucky at home, and then at Texas A&M. You're gonna tell me they're gonna have a collapse against any of those teams?
Yeah.
Who?
Georgia, Vanderbilt. They go to Arkansas?
Yeah.
Arkansas.
No.
Why
They
not?
they beat Arkansas by 50.
Texas A&M at the end of the season.
Good rivalry game, but I don't think Texas A&M has enough juice to get it done.
And so with that makes them a 4-loss team in my look. Get maybe one of those, maybe Arkansas, but I could definitely see them getting beat by Georgia, Vanderbilt, because they just got beat up by Georgia. Then they go to Vanderbilt, who I believe is coming off a bye.
Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt's coming off a bye because they have a bye this week. I'm pretty sure. I looked at the schedule, and then Texas A&M is at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's
it's Texas, man.
3 losses. They haven't played each other in forever. That used to be a rivalry.
Yep.
College Station, Kyle Fields has a lot of people, a lot of fans. I think at this point in the season, I think here's what's going to end up happening. I think Quinn Ewers is going to get hurt against Georgia. Arch Manning's going to come in, and he's,
Yeah, but you're all over Arch Manning's nuts.
well, I think he's going to come in, and I think he's going to struggle against Georgia. And then I think somehow Quinn Ewers is going to be out for the rest of the season. This is just my bold prediction. Also, anything's up to change because anything could happen. Maybe I take one of my 12 teams or whatever I had, or my number 11, and I put Texas there, or any of those. Anything can happen. I also forgot Texas was a team for a second. And they're number 1 currently. I just don't think that they have what it takes to be number 1 overall. If you want my honest opinion, I think that was a good win against Oklahoma. I think Oregon should be number 1. Number 2, getting beat by number 3. Number 3 should be number 1. Number 1 beat number 18. Number 2. They've been doing that shit all season.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, Ohio State was 4. They beat whoever they played, and number 5 beat a ranked team. Number 5 is now number 4. Number 4 is number 5. You're like, okay, well, why? Or when Alabama was number 1, or Georgia was whoever was number 1, and then they just kept flip-flopping it between Georgia and Alabama. And then Georgia played Alabama, lost to Alabama. Alabama's number 1. Alabama plays Vanderbilt, loses number 1. Anything can happen any given Saturday. That's my bold prediction. Shut up and just take my money.
I'll take your money.
I think that is a good place to call it. Again, I'd like to apologize for the mics. I don't know if anybody's been talking through this live. Dan hasn't said anything.
We have no messages.
Well, we'll figure it out. Next time we'll do a little bit better job of talking about it beforehand. But you know a good way to know when we're going live? Join the Discord.
Yep, join the Discord.
Turn on that bell. Hit those notification buttons. That lets you know when we drop a video. I'm going for the full YouTuber thing. Hit the bell. Turn on your notifications. Tells you when we're live. Tells you when we drop a video. You can watch it, like it, if you'd like it. I'd like if you liked it. I hope you like it. You're going to be like, these mics suck, and I hate you. Just let me know. Just leave a like.
Yeah.
But with that all being said, thank you guys very much for watching today. This has been Exiting the Huddle with Dan and Jacob. Again, please subscribe if you like this video. Join the Discord. Show us love, show us support.